It was year 2000 when I began my yoga journey. I thought it was only about complicated postures, and I was naive. Yoga didn't just teach me how to touch my toes without bending my knees, but it also taught me profound life lessons that no university could have provided. As an instructor with traditional Indian training, I have discovered that yoga often loses the essence of this ancient practice. Today, I want to share with you the 5 most powerful lessons that yoga has taught me about life, and perhaps why your previous experiences with yoga haven't worked as you expected. Lesson number 5. There is nothing more important in life than life itself. This might sound like stating the obvious, but let me explain. We spend so much time worrying about the future, regretting the past, or comparing ourselves with others on social media that we forget the miracle of simply being alive and breathing in this very moment. Yoga taught me that each breath is a gift, each heartbeat is an opportunity, and each present moment is the only reality we truly possess. And when you understand this deeply, daily worries become exactly that, small. In my studio, I see people who arrive loaded with stress over things that in grand scheme of life are irrelevant. Yoga teaches them to reconnect with the gratitude of being alive, and what's better, you don't need to do handstand to feel this gratitude. Lesson number 4, my body is capable of everything. I am not saying we all have to become circus contortionists, though if that's your dream, go ahead and try. I mean that our body has a capacity for adaptation, healing, and transformation that we constantly underestimate. For years, I believed I had permanent physical limitations, and traditional yoga showed me that what I considered impossible was simply not yet explored. Each asana taught me patience, each breath showed me endurance, and each practice demonstrated that limits are often in our mind, not in our body. This doesn't mean ignoring real injuries or attempting dangerous poses to impress anyone. It means understanding that your body, treated with respect and wisdom, can take you much further than you imagine. Lesson number 3. It's my soul that guides me in the right direction. In a world full of noise, others' opinions, and social pressure, yoga taught me to listen to my inner voice. This intuition, this internal knowledge is wiser than any external advice. I learned to distinguish between my reactive emotions, which change like the weather, and my deep intuition, which remains constant like a compass. When I need to make important decisions, I don't consult my ego or my fear. I consult that silent voice that always knows the right path. This lesson has saved me from bad relationships, wrong professional decisions, and even from making unnecessary purchase at night. It's a practical lesson, not just a spiritual one. Lesson number 2, yoga is multidimensional. This is where many people get confused. They think yoga is just physical exercise, but it's like thinking a car is just a seat with wheels. When I need to reduce excessive thinking, I turn to physical practice. When I need to calm down, I use breathing technique to help me relax. When I need to make difficult decisions or distinguish between right and wrong, I turn into the wisdom of Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga as presented in Bhagavad Gita. And if I feel frustrated or emotionally erratic, I control my behavior through detachment. Yoga is like a complete toolbox. You have the hammer when you need strength, the screwdriver for precise adjustments, and magnifying glass to examine the details. Each tool has its purpose and perfect moment. There is so much to learn, and I continue to discover new dimensions every day. It's motivating and exciting at the same time. The lesson number 1, the importance of forgiveness and patience. The greatest lesson that yoga taught me is to forgive and forget, as well as to practice patience, not just with others, but mainly with myself. Every time I can't do a posture perfectly, or my mind wandered during meditation, or reacted with impatience, yoga taught me compassion towards my own imperfections. This internal forgiveness naturally extended towards others. When you understand that we are all on our own learning journey, making mistakes and growing, criticisms transforms into understanding and the judgment into patience. However, it's possible that yoga hasn't worked for you, or you still haven't learned to incorporate it into your daily life. So there are a few things you can keep in mind that might help you make that connection you need. I'll be totally honest with you and like to send an important message to all yoga teachers that simply doing yoga postures or teaching advanced postures doesn't make you a professional yoga instructor. As a professional instructor, our responsibility includes understanding human anatomy, biomechanics, respiratory mechanics, and principles of movement and exercise. If yoga hasn't worked for you, or if you have tried it and given up, it's probably due to one of these 3 reasons. The first, you haven't fully understood how yoga really works. It's not just stretching with complicated Sanskrit names. Second, your goals or expectations are unrealistic. You don't need to be a contortionist or feel the effects of yoga or even be highly flexible. Yoga begins exactly where you are. Becoming flexible is naturally more difficult than becoming strong, but strength is lost faster than flexibility once gained. The key is a balanced relationship between muscles, length, and strength, similar to a pulley system where if one rope is tighter than the other, the movement becomes difficult in one direction. And the third, your starting point is wrong. Neither you nor your instructor has really considered the structural limitations of your body and the emotional baggage you have carried for years, which requires a personalized plan. That's exactly why I'm here to guide you. If you want to experience the authentic yoga, I invite you to a free online class at my studio. You will discover why traditional yoga is different and how it can change not only your flexibility but also your life perspective. If you feel called to share this wisdom, I also offer training for future instructors. So click on the link in the description. Your life is waiting for these lessons.